Hi guys, so today I am coming to you with an EDC video. Yay! I was gonna make one last year, but I didn't get it up in time, and so one of you guys suggested that I make it this year. If you guys don't know, I've been to EDC twice, but only to EDC Las Vegas once, and that was in 2014. As you guys know, I didn't have the best time, and I will explain at the end really the real reality why I didn't have such a good time. If you're watching this, you're probably going to EDC, you're probably preparing to go to EDC, you're going to eventually go to EDC. EDC, let me tell you, is fucking insane. It is way more crazier than any other rave I've been to, especially because it's in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, to me, is a very scary place. I have never seen more people at an event like EDC, just like even sitting up in the bleachers looking at the crowd, I was just like, holy shit, it's just a madhouse. I'm hoping that some of these tips will kind of calm you and keep you a little bit organized if you're worried about that, because I know I would be. I get like really nervous before I go to raves, and I'm like organizing everything so I make sure everything goes smoothly. Let's just get into the survival stuff or tips on how to have a good time at EDC. I would highly suggest getting a locker and sharing it with your friends. All you guys split the cost and share the locker, especially if you're bringing a bunch of cuffs and candy and like a candy belt and you don't want to carry them around all night. It's so useful. Me and my friend got one at EDC when we went. We brought so many cuffs to trade with people. We just stuffed them in the locker when we didn't need them. Walking around without a bunch of cuffs was really, it's so worth it. Also, if you're bringing in like cigarettes or chapstick, those have to be sealed every single day you come in, but if you get a locker, you can just bring them in and leave your chapstick or cigarettes or whatever in the locker, so you don't have to buy 3 packs of cigarettes or 3 things of chapstick and bring it in every day. They are still available on the EDC website. I believe they are $85 right now, and I think they have phone chargers in them now, so that's another plus to getting a locker. So I would highly suggest getting a locker if you know that you're going to be bringing in a bunch of stuff. This information might be a little too late, but just keep in mind for next year, you should arrive Thursday night or day or whatever, and then leave Tuesday night or day. A lot of my friends arrived Friday, and they were stuck in traffic for, I think, like 5 hours, plus the 5 hours it takes to get to Vegas from California. My friends, we were so dumb, like we had an extra night at the hotel, but my friend was like, hey, let's leave at 2 o'clock when everybody else is leaving. On Monday, everybody's checking out of their hotel at the same time, like around 2 or 3 o'clock. So there's so much traffic when you're leaving. I remember we were just stuck on the freeway for hours and hours, and there was like a Prius on fire or something. It was just like so ridiculous. So keep that in mind when you are planning your trip, that you should arrive a day early and leave a day late. My next tip is know what you can and can't bring into the rave. I always think it's so dumb when people don't even bother to check the website on what they're allowed and not allowed to bring in. Obviously, you can't bring weapons, you can't bring like LED gloves, drugs, all that kind of stuff, unsealed items. You can't bring in water bottles. I've seen people try to bring in water bottles, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Another good reason to know what you can and can't bring in is if you're trying to bring something in that is allowed on the list and security is trying to give you a hard time about it, you can get an Insomniac representative there, and they're going to defend you, obviously, because you know the correct items that you can and can't bring in. But if you're saying like, oh, I can bring this in, you technically can't, you're kind of screwed. Another suggestion is to take a screenshot of the map for EDC and have it on your phone just in case they're not passing out maps. I know, like, I think the second and third day they weren't passing out maps, and luckily I kept mine from the first night, but if you were like totally lost, you would have been screwed and wouldn't know where to go because you wouldn't have a map. Now, I do this at every single rave I go to, and I really don't understand why a lot of my friends don't do this either. A lot of people I know don't do this. Go to the rave as early as you possibly can. If you can get there before it even opens, your goal, you're set. Another tip, security is a lot more laxed when you first get there, especially on the first day when you're like the first few people in, because they haven't had to deal with fighting people and searching everyone and being in the hot sun getting paid minimum wage, so they're not in a bad mood yet. So I would highly suggest showing up to a rave early. It makes everything so much easier, and you never even have to stand in a line at all. I want to get my money's worth. I will aim to leave around 40 to 30 minutes before it even starts. I'm not sure what the parking rules are now. Back when I went, they had valet parking and then they had regular free parking. Valet parking was $20. I think now they have VIP parking, which is $20, and then they have regular parking. get the valet or VIP parking. It is so worth it. You get out so much faster and you don't have to walk miles and miles and miles to get to your car. When I first park somewhere at a rave and go to the rave, I'm like, oh, it's not that far. And then after the rave, you're so tired and exhausted. You're like, holy shit, why did I park so far away? It's $20, just do it. Just do it. Another tip I have is to have water in your car. I've just seen it mostly at Insomniac events. When you're leaving an event and they see that you have a bottle of water or a bottle of any liquid, they usually have you dump it out just in case you might have alcohol in it, which, you know, is really annoying to me and it pisses me off every time I have to do it. But just have water in your car just in case for that reason, especially in Vegas. It's so hot, you're gonna get really dehydrated, so just do it. The water's probably going to be warm, but hey, it's still water. If you have the money or the time, I would suggest getting a Camelback and using that as your source of water bottle or whatever when you go to the raves. The water lines are so long. You'll be standing in those lines for literally 20 minutes trying to fill like a water bottle this big that you end up drinking within an hour. So I would highly suggest getting Camelbacks and you could fill up a bunch of water and you will just be set for a couple hours. It's so worth it. EDC is a lot more of a crazy event than any other Insomniac event, so the lines are always like double as long as they normally are at any other one of their events, so just keep that in mind. If you are, however, going to get an Insomniac water bottle, I would suggest getting that very first thing. As soon as you get in the doors, you're there at 7 o'clock, as soon as you, or whenever the hell it starts, as soon as you get in the doors, go straight to get the water bottle. I remember I got in at 7 o'clock and we went and did something for like half an hour and then we went to go get water bottles and the line was so fucking long and I didn't get the color I want, whatever, but they didn't even give me a little like hook. The little water bottles come with a little hook so you can like hook it on a backpack or something. They completely didn't give me one with it, so I kind of got ripped off. Do it ahead of time or do it right when you get in the door because they sell out really quickly. My next tip is that if you want your cell phone to last through EDC and through any other rave, I would highly suggest turning your data off. There are so many people I know that don't know how to do this and it's so easy. If you turn your data off, it really saves your battery like immensely. And if you're not trying to get in contact with anybody at the rave, like texting anybody, then put your phone in airplane mode. I did that all of Coachella and all of EDC, and I was able to take pictures and take videos the whole night without my phone dying. If that doesn't work for you, I would also suggest getting a portable charger. Everyone suggests them because they're so useful. While we're on the subject of cell phones too, another tip for you guys, or it's not really a tip, it's just a warning. You are not going to have any cell phone service the entire time you're in Vegas unless you have T-Mobile. I have AT&T and one of my other friends had Verizon, and being in the hotel or anything like that, even using the hotel Wi-Fi, we had zero internet service. We had a little bit, but it was just so slow and ridiculous. My friend that had T-Mobile, she was just on her phone the whole time, just doing whatever she wants. Now, if you're staying off the strip, it might be different, but if you're staying on the strip in Las Vegas, you're probably gonna have better service at EDC than on the strip. I know I did, so just warning you guys. Survival kind of tip that I have for you guys is that the shortest line for the bathrooms are the bathrooms behind Circuit Ground. It's like Circuit Ground and then you go around to the left and there's bathrooms and there's also a water station there, and those lines are typically a lot shorter than all the other lines. I don't know if it's different now, but when I went, those typically had the shortest line. Warning you guys, if you haven't been, I don't know if they fixed this or not, but by day 3, the bathrooms smell so fucking atrocious. The last day of EDC, I was really dehydrated, so I was really nauseous, and waiting in line to go to the bathroom was like the most horrible thing ever because I just wanted to puke the entire time. You should really just clean out the bathrooms every day because it's really bad. Another tip I have is that whenever you're packing all your stuff for EDC, I would highly suggest packing a first aid kit, band-aids, Neosporin, maybe some alcohol. I got really bad blisters the first day. I had to go buy like 2 packs of $7 fucking band-aids downstairs and it was so annoying, so I would highly suggest packing some band-aids, Neosporin, first aid things because you never know what can happen, and the band-aids really did save my feet the entire weekend. Make sure you have enough spending money. I know that I had $200 to spend over the entire weekend, and even that just wasn't enough, and I wasn't like spending a ton on alcohol or going to like restaurants. I ate a fucking McDonald's by myself. Vegas is up the ass expensive. Keep that in mind, especially when you're staying on the Strip. Everything is so expensive there, food or whatever. Another good tip is that before you go to Vegas, especially if you're staying with a bunch of friends, you guys should go to Costco and get something like fruit, muffins, fruit juices, just anything that has antioxidants. I would suggest having snacks at your hotel so you can re-energize the day before the rave, because I know I didn't nearly eat enough the whole weekend and it really cost me. Now I'm going to talk about things that you should bring into the event. You should bring a fanny pack. Fanny packs are the best thing to have at EDC. EDC is so chaotic, and I remember the first time I went to the one in LA, my backpack almost got stolen and I didn't even notice it. My boyfriend at the time stopped the guy from stealing my backpack, and I just had no idea that he was even stealing it. If you bring a fanny pack, it's going to be in front of you the whole time. It's small, you don't have to keep track of it, you don't have to ever take it off. It's perfect. That's what I brought to EDC the last time I went, and it is so great. If you can, bring baby wipes into the event. I think that's just a given because everybody knows, especially you girls, that the bathroom runs out of toilet paper like within 3 hours. Or if you can't, the first thing you do when you first go to the bathroom and there is toilet paper, roll up a bunch and put it in your bag just so you have it later on in the night. If you guys are going to be sneaking anything in, know what the laws are there. Nevada has a lot more stricter laws. Make sure you know that before you decide to sneak anything in. Also, if you are going to sneak anything in, please don't put it in your shoes. Please don't put it in your bra. They check those right away. They may not check your shoes the first day or the second day, but they will at least one of the day. Please be smart about it. Please be smart about taking them. Just be responsible. I know when I say this, everybody's going to think it's literally a joke, but I'm completely serious. If you care at all about your hearing, please bring in earbuds, even if you're not going to use them at all. Hearing damage is permanent, people. If you know that you're going to be front and center, front of the stage, very close to the stage, please wear earbuds. You can still hear the music with them. You're not going to be an old fart because you have earbuds. Hearing damage is permanent, and once it's gone forever. Even with the raves I've gone to, I am never usually in the front of the stage, and I have lost a bit of hearing. Not a lot, but enough to realize that I have lost some hearing. So please bring earbuds. And if your friend or whoever wants to take you to a set you don't really want to listen to, then you can put them in and not listen to the shitty set. Even though EDC is mostly at nighttime, bring sunglasses, because when you first get in line, it's still sunny out. And then, I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but me and a few other girls did have these issues. When we were at the main stage, the flashing lights and everything, it was really like starting to hurt my eyes after a while, and I really wish I had a pair of sunglasses with me. Kind of get now why people in the front of the stage wear sunglasses at night, because the flashing lights and everything, they're really, really, really intense and really bright. So if you have any eye sensitivity or anything, or you think you might need them, I would highly suggest bringing sunglasses just in case. But again, you don't have to take any of my advice. This is just for people like me that don't go that hard. Another tip I have, and this is so important, and this is what the people that I went with did not do, but I did. Please go in with a positive attitude. You are going to be waiting in line. You're going to be waiting in the hot sun for a while. So just get used to it. Understand that you are going to go inside, you are going to have fun, and waiting in line is not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. If you're bitching and whining about being in line like everybody else is, you're really going to ruin everybody's time around you. So just please be positive and understand that you are going to be waiting a lot, and that you should just prepare for it, because it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. Once you step into EDC, it is a lot of fun because you get to see Cosmic Meadow and all the like beautiness of EDC. Once you're inside, if you are thinking, hey, I am 21, I want to grab a beer, I want to have an alcoholic drink, I would highly suggest going to the picnic table areas and getting beer from the vendors there. I went to one of the alcohol vendors, like the little tents they have at EDC, you know, where you normally would go get your alcohol. Drinking area, whatever you want to call it, it fucking sucked. They had like a little menu that was like scribbled in marker, and it looked like shit. And they had like Jack and Coke and like vodka something and 2 other drinks, and that was it. And then of course when I ordered Jack and Coke, it was just mostly Coke. I would not suggest buying alcohol from the Insomniac vendors. I don't know if that has changed, but whenever I went the second day to buy an alcoholic drink, and it was just like such crap. And the drink I got at the bar was like this big. It was so small. It was not worth $16 fucking. Hopefully Insomniac has gotten their shit straightened out on the bar situation. Whenever I went to the picnic tables, I purchased a beer there, and I got a beer like this big of a shock top beer, and it was so amazing. And it was like maybe $10. It might have been $8. Just a tip, if you were wanting to buy cheaper alcoholic drinks, that is the place to go.